Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got some bad news for Democrats. Despite having great polling after the debate for Kamala Harris in regards to national polls, and this is what the Democrats and their talking points will continue to tell you, it's not really getting better. You see, Harris's average is still stuck at 2.4. That is because the polls aren't really rising. Really, it's still looking like it was in August. Example, what we're seeing, like right here. Uh, yeah, Kamala Harris defeats Trump by 3. All right, Kamala Harris defeats Trump by 5. Oh, Kamala Harris defeats Trump by 3. Well, this is the exact polling we've been seeing in the last couple weeks. So, really, like as we predicted, things aren't really changing. But then again, I keep telling my viewers, stop looking at the national polls because the national polls are BS. Because literally, that is the illusion. That is the illusion, and that is the strategy of trying to get you distracted and keep your attention from the real deal. And the real deal is actually the state polls. So this is what it's looking like right now. I think it's really bad. I mean, look at this map. I highly doubt in my great soul that, yeah, we'll go ahead and give Harris the second district for Nebraska. We'll agree on that. But North Carolina? Really? But here's the deal. Despite this, though, Donald Trump is on the verge of flipping 3 states: North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. These 3 states, Harris is leading by not even a point. Okay, not even a point. If Donald Trump takes back North Carolina, takes back Pennsylvania and Nevada, Donald Trump wins the election. He doesn't, well, yeah, he needs to, well, yeah, he doesn't even have to take back North Carolina. We lose North Carolina, you'll be like, oh, bad situation. Well, then again, we kind of need, that's where Nevada comes into play. And that's how Nevada really does help us in a case where we lose North Carolina. But are we going to lose North Carolina? I extremely doubt it. I really, really, really doubt it. Because then again, the political climate back in 2020 was extremely bad for Trump. I mean, this guy, the news was running their mouth for 4 years, making this guy look really, 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 really bad. Donald Trump never really had a poll that showed him doing a good job. And and you have a swing state, North Carolina, that voted for Obama in 2008, does have an African American presence, like you would think the Biden vote would. As you know, the energy that the Biden campaign gave African Americans to go out and vote, that helped flip Georgia, right? You'd think that would work for North Carolina. Well, it didn't necessarily work like that because then again, uh, North Carolina's political climate has always been conservative. In fact, Democrats haven't even won a state election since 2020, where they won the governorship. They got Roy Cooper in for a second term, but they also reelected their Secretary of State, and I think it's Elaine Marshall. And ever since then, afterwards, Democrats have been doing horrible, especially in 2022 with the judicial elections. A series of elections that you would think, with the overturn of Roe v. Wade, Democrats would do very good about on. But unfortunately for them, they didn't win any seats. In fact, they lost seats. They um, I believe they took out Betty Besley's seat. But yeah, because she went and ran and challenged Ted Budd, I want to believe that's his name. But yes, I'm saying North Carolina's political climate is now conservative. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's becoming a Florida. I do believe North Carolina is going to become a Florida very soon. But for all you guys that are thinking, oh, Harry's just going to win in North Carolina, come on, grow up. No, she is not going to win North Carolina. period. And we could go ahead and say, you know what? Donald Trump, is projected winner in North Carolina. Donald Trump is projected winner in Pennsylvania, and he wins. Taking a look at like 2020 in this political climate for North Carolina, really bad, right? You think, oh, North Carolina, you'll see in the polls. Yeah, look at all these polls. Biden was supposed to easily win this state. Well, not easily. It was somewhat competitive. Like RCP did predict that Trump would win, but barely crossing the margin here. But majority of polls are saying, yeah, Trump's probably going to win. No, Harris. I mean, what am I saying? Yeah, Biden's probably going to win North Carolina. And guess what happened? Trump won North Carolina because the political climax, like, has always kind of stayed with Republicans. So, yeah, that is the deal when it comes to North Carolina. Sorry, I make up that rule. So, yeah, I think at this point, with registration, majority of North Carolinians being Republican, I think the registration's kind of solid. It's probably going to be Republican. But I also want to go to the election shuffler, and I'm going to continue to remind viewers it doesn't really matter what Donald Trump, how he performs in a debate. I mean, seriously, I think the pendulum always swings the other direction, especially when you have the opposite party in office, right? And especially in those three states, I keep telling you all guys about Georgia, Wisconsin, and Arizona. The pendulum is probably going to swing a point, and all you need, like for example, in Georgia, you'll see, 73%. I want to see the actual result. We want to keep. Let's see. Yes, Fulton County voted for Biden by 73%. Now, looking at Fulton County, realistically, and how it typically votes, and I mean, in the midterms, they did pretty good. Although, yeah, of course, they're going to vote Democrat. Why wouldn't they vote? Why would they vote Republican? They're literally Democrats. But it depends on the turnout. Look at, I don't know, when has Fulton ever voted like it's liberal as like real? But yes, 72%. 2016, 67%. Let's see, dial it down back to the 60s or just 70%. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it votes 70% for Harris. Trump wins the state of Georgia inevitably. Still, not as just because that's Fulton County. And expectationally, we would see a more swing more to the right when it comes to Chatham County, and of course, more populated areas. Of course, Athens is going to be more left wing. I would like to see it be more. Let's see. Expectationally, I want to see it be a little bit less liberal than Fulton, realistically. Yes. We got Clark County, Macon, and Bibb County. We'll have a trend by right. And you'll see, I think really there's a certain type of threshold, 73%. I think realistically, the pendulum swings the direction. I can guarantee you, Kamala is going to lose a lot of support compared to Biden in the said state. Yeah, you'll say 72% for Democrats. Yeah, 72% for Democrats. Let's see. There. Give 1 point. You'll see, it's a 13, 72, 71, and then boom, Donald Trump wins the election, but I think he wins it more. So yes, I really want to see Donald Trump. Main focus is Fulton County because people are not just coming from Fulton, they're coming from Cobb, they're coming from Douglas, they're coming from DeKalb. You don't want to win these counties. It's great to win them, but you want to flip voters because all it takes is 10,000 voters to gain 10,000 voters more than your previous results for 4 years ago, and then guess what? You win the election. So Georgia, I think, inevitably goes to Donald Trump. If you come to think of it, uh, we'll just so Georgia for Trump. And Wisconsin's a different story. Wisconsin, I feel, it's going to be a little bit more harder. Part of the reason, in my opinion, why Biden won in Wisconsin, what could be Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee did trend more left. It voted for Joe Biden by in 70% compared to Milwaukee County's performance in 16. Let's see. Oh yeah, it technically voted 69%. Never mind. But this doesn't have the third party, so it's going to be 70%. Yeah, so don't get confused. But Biden or Harris can still win the state of Wisconsin even though Milwaukee would going for her by like 60% clip. Now, what it would look like if like 68%. Okay, she's losing more ground. Or 66%. I really doubt that would happen. Here's the thing. Milwaukee itself is not going to be the sole indicator. And I really doubt it flips by 7. Come on. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 would be more realistic. Oh yeah, and 3 itself is a Trump win. Okay? 3 points to the right. So yeah, campaign in Milwaukee, campaign in Dayton. You're not going to win Dayton. It's too liberal. But also campaign in Brown, because then again, it's close. But I think Trump gains a point in Brown. I don't know. But yeah, Milwaukee, and grab votes from like La Crosse, Eau Claire. These more populated areas, you'll see a big shift too. Finally, we have Arizona. For Arizona, I honestly think it's going to be easy. The only obstacle in our way is just the ballot machines, which I really am pushing. Like, give Trump Wisconsin, probably wins that. Ballot machines are a great concern. Grave concern. We don't necessarily need to win Maricopa. We just need to gain more. Let's see. 1 vote. That's it. Just 1 point. Trend to the right by 1 point for Maricopa. We win. Trend to the right, like, let's see. 1 point for let's see. Pima County. Yeah, it's not as big. Let's see. Resetting the state though. Let's see. 1 point for Pima. It's very close. Or let's just say it goes down to 56, which I think in recent elections it has went down to 54. Then 16 it voted for Hillary by 54. But recognizing that Pima County has gotten very liberal thanks to Tucson, I would expect 56, and there you go. Donald Trump wins the election by a margin of 0.46. And realistically, I don't doubt that this is going to be the actual result. And it's a close race in Phoenix. Reset the county. Margin 2 point. And I doubt, move it by 1 point. I honestly think, okay, this would be more of a realistic result. Yeah, Republicans here most likely would win. So you got a 1.2, maybe gain a little bit. Yeah, Republicans would easily win Arizona. And the expectations of flipping, going down at 56. Yeah, this is 1 point something. And if Arizona's going for Trump by 1 point, then I'd expect Georgia to do much better. But yeah, that's all it has to take in regards to the numbers. And this is pre-debate numbers, of course. Doesn't necessarily, of course, mean that it's going to change. I think the inevitable was the 2020 election. The writing was on the wall for the future Democrat nominee, whether it was going to be Joe Biden or Kamala or whatever, due to the results, because the pendulum always swings the other way. Elections and history has told us. In 2012, 2008, the pendulum swings so much for Republicans. However, because of the 2008 results, which saw, of course, North Carolina, let's see, closest states here. North Carolina being the only state that voted for Obama, like around by a %, less than a point. Flipping North Carolina wouldn't be a big, extraordinary win there. But then again, there's Indiana, which people say is more conservative. It did vote for Obama by a point. They flipped that county. They flipped the state, and they did pretty well in that state. And they turnout. I mean, the swing was really aggressive. And this is a Barack Obama, what everyone's calling a god. Obama is praised, although there was the Tea Party movement. It was more of the energy. But that doesn't mean Trump has energy in his movement. Honestly, I think we have more than enough energy. People are done with the Biden administration. They do not want to try Democrats again. That's stupidness. But yes, overall, Republicans have a great opportunity in flipping the state, even in Nevada. And I think swing-wise, Clark County's not really the biggest Democrat county. Like you'll see, voted for Biden by 54. You swing it back by that amount. Yeah, the balance, like looking at Washoe County would also indicate, I would say, predicting getting it like down to, yeah, we're going to have a lot of work. I don't think Clark County is going to go for Harris. I think maybe going for Harris by 5.54. Okay, now we are winning by 1 point. And I think that's a realistic expectation because Nevada is harder despite trying campaign in 2 states here, 2 counties. Ideally, because this county did go for Biden by 2.54, but 2.45. But look at how much the pendulum has swung in 2 years. I mean, we kicked out the governor, the governor at the time, Steve Sisolak, who was the governor of Nevada, and he was accused for the economy. The economy was a huge issue in Nevada. They didn't really care about abortion. The economy, jobs, gas prices. Not so much gas prices, but the economy. And I think this issue is going to really help Republicans. So yes, numbers are not looking good for Kamala Harris. Her campaign is on the line. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.